Winston Churchill once said that a lie can make its way halfway around the world before the truth has a chance to put its boots on. And that, of course, is very, very, very true in modern age, especially when we're talking about someone like Gina Carano. And I'm going to tell you guys today why she's not coming back to The Mandalorian, and to very much trust your sources for who's going to be putting out that info. So let's dive into that right now. Hey guys, how's it going? Matt Jarbo here with $3 Theater, and obviously this is going to be a subject that's not going to win me a lot of friends because people out there they'd like to be lied to. I think we've kind of determined that at this point, that a large swath of individuals out there are very excited to just be shoveled bullshit on a nearly daily basis. They love it. They eat it up with a grin on their face, shit smeared grin, and they want more all the time. It's super weird. However, when we're talking about the situation involving Gina Carano, one thing has popped up this week that's really kind of caught my eye. And that is an article that I've seen pop up. But, you know, one of the first places here was The Mandalorian Season 4 reportedly greenlit with Gina Carano returning. Now, InsideTheMagic.net has, for all intents and purposes, become just fake news central when it comes to Star Wars. Rebecca Barton here is the person who very much is the biggest purveyor of fake news on the website. But she just simply starts talking about how there was a rumor. There's this new rumor that's going around. Oh, all this stuff however, look at this here. However, the online rumor mill is swirling with reports that Carano will be returning to the Star Wars galaxy in Mandalorian Season 4. Funny thing, she doesn't actually say where the rumor is from. She doesn't actually tell you at all anywhere where this rumor originates. Now, at first, I was kind of wondering where it came from. I had an idea where it came from, but coming over here to DeseretNews.com, they say here that the new Star Wars rumor mill suggests that Gina Carano will return in The Mandalorian for Season 4. And they're saying that she's going to come back, right? She may return. But what's their source here? Their source is that it's coming from, the new rumor has popped up from that posits that Carano will return for Season 4 of The Mandalorian, specifically YouTube leaker Mike Zeroh. So whereas Inside the Magic doesn't link to the source, Deseret, which talks about their link, then also confirms that it came in from Mike Zeroh. Okay, well, who else potentially ran this particular article? Oh, that's right, piratesandprincesses.com. You might know them better as ClownfishTV. They have an article posted up the other day saying Gina Carano to return. It's a rumor, obviously. But my favorite thing about this is it says here that the rumor says the rumor gained traction on We Got This Covered as once again YouTuber Mike Zeroh is stirring up the rumor mill. Please note that Mike Zeroh has a mixed track record. I love this here. Mixed track record when it comes to leaks. So this could be a false report. No. Mike Zeroh doesn't have a mixed track record. Mike Zeroh has a net negative track record. He has been wrong on every single thing that he has ever made up in the entire litany of bullshit he has spewed. We all know this. Anyone who follows Mike Zeroh does it for entertainment purposes only. Same with Doomcock. But in this situation, this story is running around like crazy. So let me talk about as to where it's coming from or what exactly is going on here. So looking here, I tracked it back a little bit. All right. So we have this article or this video here from Mike Zeroh. This is from just a couple days ago saying Jon Favreau saved Gina Carano now. And the whole video, this is what they're saying, that she's going to be coming in the Season 4. Now, I did want to sit there and talk a little. I wanted to show you guys a bit about what exactly they're saying here. So let's bring up the clip here so you guys can see exactly what he says. And I want you to listen to it. I want you to have full context
over the new universe. So with that being said, and now that both Disney and Lucasfilm are focused on their new Star Wars projects like Star Wars Ahsoka and even The Mandalorian Season 3, Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are already preparing to announce a series of new shows at Star Wars Celebration of 22.
I can see that.
And a complete roadmap of the franchise moving forward.
Sure.
However, recently Jon Favreau has been making key changes to the Star Wars franchise.
Oh, really?
Recently, Favreau has been in the talks with the higher-ups over at Disney about the return of Gina Carano making her way into Season 4. These conversations were going on for months until just recently Jon Favreau and those at Disney, including Bob Chapek, came to an agreement that Gina will in fact return in The Mandalorian Season 4. However, there were tons of avenues that Favreau had to go through in order to make this work, where along the way there were tons of negotiations of how Gina would be used in Season 4 for the return of Cara Dune. Now, in addition to this, Favreau made it clear to those at Disney that Cara Dune would be set to be used as a main character in the show and would be a part of the group of those like Din, Luke, Ahsoka, and Bo-Katan, plus others that are set to go on different missions and adventures in the Mandoverse, and how it...
Okay, so according to our pal Mikey Boy here, she's coming back in Season 3, or Season 4, and from there, she's going to be part of the main team like Luke and Ahsoka and everything else. All right. Okay, so look, do you believe that Jon Favreau has worked a secret deal with Bob Chapek? Not going to happen. Because here's the thing. Gina Carano is anti-vaccine. She is anti-vaccine mandates. She is anti-science. That is a reality. That is a fact. She has pushed fake mask information. She has pushed voter fraud, misinformation. She has pushed a lot of agendas out there that would make her persona non grata over there at Disney. And hey, guess what? They just announced that going forward, all future productions underneath the House of Mouse's umbrella are going to require 100% vaccination status. So unless Gina Carano is going to be a sellout, she's not coming back. Unless her movie with Daily Wire absolutely crashes and burns, which it might. And then, of course, she might come groveling back and make sure that she gets the jab, gets the poke, all that kind of stuff. But let's go a little bit further into this whole rumor mill surrounding Gina Carano's return, because I find it really interesting that now all of these particular things are popping up, that all of these stories are popping up. But when I Googled the We Got This Covered Gina Carano bit, they talked about it here. By showing us that there's an article here. Gina Carano rumored to surprise return for Mandalorian Season 4. All right, that's kind of been in line with everything we've been hearing that's been reported by Mike Zeroh. But look at this here. This article is from September 15th, 2021. All right, well, this video here, or this article here, is from October 5th over here on Inside the Magic. This video article here over on Deseret News is from October 5th. The Pirates and Princess article is from today, the 9th. So you're telling me that they sat on this for a number of days, for over almost 3 weeks before anyone else talked about this particular story? The answer to that is no, because this particular article wasn't referencing this video that came out just a couple of days ago on Mike Zeroh's channel. No. They're referencing this video, Gina Carano returns, full detail and leaks, that came out mid last month on Mike Zeroh's channel. That's what I'm talking about here, guys. Mike Zeroh just repeats the same nonsense until other outlets pick it up and they run with it consistently. They run with it, and no one ever really does anything about following it back to its source, especially when you're looking at this from the perspective of Inside the Magic, which is, again, a massive Disney website here, where Rebecca Barton talks about the rumor mill but doesn't link back to where the rumor mill originated from, which would be Mike Zeroh, known as having no track record and absolutely fake news. That is why this whole thing is a pain in my ass. It is a pain in my ass, because the more you realize how much you are being lied to, the faster you come to this realization that there are people out there that are wholeheartedly taking your frustration and your anger and using it to sell you a defunct product. Maybe you're going to figure out faster that things happen because people are dumb, and if they don't get their shit in check, it's going to continue being bad for them. And that's basically what's happening here. So if you want to be mad at Disney for firing Gina Carano, that's fine. You can have that poor opinion. All right. She was warned multiple times to shut the hell up, and she didn't do it. And her employer said, "We don't want to renew your contract." That's effectively what happened. She wasn't fired. They simply chose to not renew her contract. That's it. End of the day. Never mind also her agency or her agents were unable to negotiate a higher pay deal for being in the show anyway. So it almost feels like it was a bit of self-sabotage, if you want my honest opinion on that one. I think she maybe wanted out because the money wasn't that great. It's like $25,000 an episode is what she was getting. She wanted to go up to $50,000 an episode. And she only was in a couple episodes. So she was only making a couple $100,000 per season, but still, that is the reality of it. But no, look, Gina Carano is not coming back to Star Wars. She has made her bed. She is now lying in her bed. She is now continuously rolling around in shit, spreading misinformation, spreading bullshit. And no matter how many people out there, like Clownfish TV and the Fandom Menace and all those guys that are going to try to make you believe that she's coming back, the reality of it is she isn't. And if you are a person out there who happens to be a fan of those other outlets that I mentioned, and you're like, well, they're saying it's a rumor, they don't believe that it's true, then what you should do is go to people like the EIC of Inside the Magic and Deseret News and go, would you stop reporting on fake bullshit? Because you're giving me false hope. You're selling false hope through a rumor that you know is not factually accurate. Why didn't you hold some of those people to account? If you can't hold your own team to account, at least for the bullshit they spewed 9 times out of 10, at least try to trace it back to its core. But the problem with that is, though, is it's going to cut in to all of the money from the outrage clicks and everything else. You know the game. I know the game. The game doesn't change. But of course, if you come here to 3 Buck Theater or listen to my live stream, Hollywood After Dark, you might learn a thing or two about how the game actually works in regards to the industry and how things are happening and what's going on through interesting conversations and dialogue. And of course, I always like to have conversations with you guys about your thoughts. So be sure to check that out. In the meantime, let me know what you guys are thinking about this. Let me know down in the comment section. I'll talk to you guys all later. Have yourself a great day. Thanks again for watching, and peace out.